Greetings! Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. Last time we went through the Forest Sanctuary and met the Forest Sage, who taught us a song that allowed us to perform the tracks to make our way here. This time, the Forest Temple. Without further ado, let's begin. Floor 1. Already we got a Styleful skull. Already we got a Styleful skull. You can actually find a lot of these treasures hanging out in pots, actually. So pots don't just contain rupees and hearts. So it's always a good idea to break stuff like these open and, you know, see what they contain. Right off the bat, we kind of don't have much to work with. We don't have a key for this door, and the one up north here is closed. So what we actually have to do is pick up one of these things that functionally are the same as clay pots and give them a toss across. And we have a bridge. We have some sort of poisonous gas here that we actually can't go past, so we're going to need to get some sort of item to deal with that later. And we have an enemy room. Dungeons in this game will usually have these rooms that'll lock you in and face you against a wave or two of enemies. Not too hard this time, but I'm sure they'll get more difficult in the future. Inside this chest we have a big green rupee. From my knowledge, it's really only Phantom Hourglass in this game that uses just a bigger version of the green rupee to signify 100 rupees rather than a new color. These spider-like things. You don't want to stand too close to them when they explode because they explode in these poisonous clouds of smoke that you don't want to be touching, so... And they actually show up on the top screen, so... Not that you can look at them on the bottom screen just as easily, but in any case. We got our windmill, or leaf blower thingamajig. Blow into the mic to send a cyclone in the direction you're facing. So yeah, this is our first item that also uses the mic. And I said in my piece last episode about how this game kind of overuses the mic feature and whatever. And I'm not gonna beat a dead horse about it. If you wanna, if you didn't see the last episode and you want to hear my thoughts about that, go watch that episode. But in any case, you simply take it out, aim it at whatever you're trying to aim it at, and just blow into the mic. And it'll send a tornado of wind in that direction. A little piece of advice, you want to use rather than just tapping on the icon, I find it much more convenient to just hold one of the shoulder buttons, either L or R, so it's functional for whether or not you're right-handed or left-handed. Just use your stylus while you're holding the button to aim it. This thing actually does have a lot of uses. You get a wood heart. And another one of these things. I can put the Song of Awakening right now. So actually, I want to do that just to show what they do. That was a nice nap. It looked like you want to know where to find a treasure chest. For 20 rupees, I can help you. What do you say? Nah, I'm not going to spend the money to find out where it is, actually. If you play the Song of Awakening and near these things and they wake up, they'll actually tell you whether or not there's treasure chests there. So if you've cleared all the treasure chests in a room, that will probably be the time to use them, because then they'll tell you whether or not you've already gotten all the treasure chests, because they'll say, sorry, there's the thing that can tell you you've already gotten all the treasure chests. So in my opinion, that's the better use for them rather than spending the money to find out where the treasure chests are. And you still can do that, and they'll show you where it is specifically so you can mark it on your map. So if you're really having a hard time finding a treasure chest, then that option is available to you. They're not too well hidden, so I don't think I'll be using it, but just wanted to show that off. Alright, and then here we have this key that's across the gap. We don't have anything to reach it. We can't reach it ourselves. We can't jump over, well, we can't jump, period. So the keys in this game are apparently very, very light and can be carried by simple wind. Some light metal. Okay, it shows that we have that on our top screen now. We can go ahead and hit that button to lower the door from earlier. We actually are back on the first floor. These things are now hanging around here, so... But we can clear these puffs of wind now. Let's go ahead and clear this area to see what's over here. And there's a switch. And we get another treasure chest. There's also this stamp station here, so I'm gonna make a note right here to let me know that that's where that is. Because we're gonna want to come back here when we get the stamp book. Open up the treasure chest and we'll get a big green rupee worth 100 rupees. Well, already kind of rolling in it. I mentioned in an earlier episode that this game really gives you a lot of rupees. Now we're kind of starting to see what I meant. If you spend it wisely, it's not going to be long until you hit the 1,000 mark, so... Okay, I'm going to play the Song of Awakening here to see if I have any chests left. Play the Song of Awakening. Searching for hidden treasure. Sorry, but there aren't any treasures just left them before. Okay, good. So I've gotten all of them. It's good to know. Another wood heart. Eventually, we'll see what the use of the treasures are in the future. They do have uses. These things. If you've played Wind Waker, you might recognize them. Simply blow out their gas. That'll leave them vulnerable. Otherwise, they are invulnerable to your attacks. And then they will laugh at you. But now, I am the one who is laughing. Of course, they didn't get the opportunity to laugh, so, in any case. There's some grass growing in the temple, actually. It actually happens quite often in the temples in this game. Interestingly enough. New piece of treasure, some bee larvae. This game does kind of suffer the same problem that, Did I miss a key? Hold on. Oh wait, there's stairs up here. Okay. This game does kind of suffer a similar problem that Skyward Sword, or the Wii version of Skyward Sword anyway, did. How, it kind of, introduces every treasure you get as if it were the first time you've gotten it. Which is kind of unfortunate, but this game doesn't have as many, well, I think anyway, that it doesn't have as many treasures as Skyward Sword does. And at least this game doesn't go into the menu to show that you have it, so there's that. Still. Okay, we've gotten our key, so we can now open this door. And inside, if I'm not mistaken, we get shut back in again. And we have a new enemy! I don't know what any of the enemy names are, but this guy definitely reminds me of one of the enemies in the second dungeon in Wind Waker. It'll blow these skulls at you, and you want to blow them back using your powers of blowing. Okay, pretty easy fight this time, but in the future, we're actually going to end up facing a couple of those at a time, which will make it a little bit more challenging. And they'll actually sometimes fake you out, from what I've learned. Very, very interesting looking boss door. Look at that keyhole, Link. I think you'll need a special key to unlock it. Okay, nothing in there. This is a new kind of enemy. You attack it and it doesn't immediately die. Instead it turns into this kind of spike ball that over time will actually explode like a regular bomb. So, you might see what we need to do here. I timed that very well. I promise I did not know it was gonna fall in that one spot. I kinda just got lucky. But that was really cool looking. Blow some of this gas out of the way. Ah, got a little too close. We'll go ahead and activate that switch. We've got a switch here. We've got a dragon scale, one of the more uncommon treasures, so it's a little bit more valuable than some of the stuff we've been finding in Pause. Treasures, or okay, so we've gotten all the treasure chests on this floor. I don't think we've checked the second floor yet, so that's something that I'm gonna want to do. Okay, we haven't been down here yet. There's more of these guys, so we want to lead them a little closer. Okay, I don't want this guy to get in the way. I don't... That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now I need another one so I can actually hit the switch. It only has so much carrier distance. I accidentally fell off. That's okay, because you only lose a bit of health from falling off ledges. Very interesting tile layout of this room, and we'll see why in a moment. That big key looks like it will open the door in the center room. Let's take it over there. Okay, but before we handle this, I want to go back and check that I got all the treasure chests. The statue thing which in question was in this room, I believe. Yep, here it is. Okay, we got all of them. All right, back to the third floor. Okay, now that we're back, let's check out this painting that's behind the key first. Looks like a map of this room. What are these skulls? What does the arrow mean? Okay, so if you tap map, it'll bring down the top map for us. We can do that on our own by pressing down, I believe. Yep. We want to copy that path. Let's carry the key across and... I don't need no stupid nerd to tell me where to go. I go where I want. Here we have floor masters. I actually know what these enemies are called. Oh no, we've been caught. They're going to take the key back. We've got to get away from them. Okay, but I can actually choose to fight these guys. But if I'm too slow, like I was there, they'll simply return the key and I'll have to take it back and take it back from the beginning. So now you see what the path is for. So let's actually follow the path this time. Go down the right here. To the left. We actually really didn't need to draw the path, but I just wanted to do it just to show off the drawing mechanic and how useful it is. And it'll be more useful in the future, because it'll be less obvious in this case than it was to just, like, you know, don't step on the funny color tiles with the key in hand. Excuse me. And with that, we're actually almost done with the dungeon. We're already almost at the boss, so... yeah. If you read the stone tablet, it says, step into the blue light to return to the temple entrance. Okay, if we choose, just before the boss, we can return to the temple entrance, and if we wanted to, leave the temple and, you know, get healing, because I'm pretty sure every temple only has a set amount of hearts that it can possibly spawn. I might be wrong about that, but that seems to be what I've been encountering personally. Stagnox, the Armored Colossus. What you want to do is you want to try to ring around the rosy with him a little bit until he shows his behind to you, like a true gentleman. Oh, come on. Come on, charge me. You know you want to do it. Once he's done that, you want to, you know, give him a, you know, a little bit of service. Wail on him a little bit, and then do it again. I will say that one thing that Phantom Hourglass has over this game is that I like its bosses a little bit more, but these bosses are fine. After a couple of runs of that, it'll fly up in the air. We've seen these guys before, we know what they do. We can use them as bombs. So let's activate their bomb state. Wait for him to come charging at us. You want to be able to time that just right, otherwise your bombs will completely miss him. If you do it too early or too late, for example. These pots have hearts in them. I'm gonna make sure that guy doesn't get in the way. We'll do what we did before again. Ooh, that one gave us a heart. Didn't know they could give hearts. Come on. You know you want me. One more hit does it. Good job, Link! The fort's real map started glowing. Look, Link. We can return to the temple entrance from there. Let's go back. Okay, but first let's open up this treasure chest and receive a piece of heart, or heart container rather. I do not believe this game has pieces of hearts. I think you just get entire heart containers. So that's kind of interesting. The life increased by 1. Let's head back to the temple entrance. Should we get going on the train? Yes, let's. Okay then, let's go. Okay. Let's go ahead and head back to the Tower of Spirits. I've already marked that bunny. Actually, while we're out on the rails here, I want to show something off that I wanted to show off in what should have been episode 3, but wasn't, because because action decided to crash. You might notice... Okay, this is a bad example, because enemy music. You might notice that when you go at a slower pace, there's actually less instruments in the song. The song changes dynamically to how fast you're going on the train, which is so cool! So, for example, if I go faster, you'll hear that some progressive bongos get added. And if I take it as far as to slowing all the way down to a stop, the melody even cuts out. We'll speed all the way back up. And the other parts will get added again. That's so cool! I think it's so awesome! And even when enemies come in to attack you, and this song comes back in, it picks up where it left off, which I also think is really, really cool. I love this Zelda overworld. I can't say for sure whether or not it's my favorite, but I definitely like it a lot. What was that? I don't know what just happened, but it doesn't look good. I should stay away from those trains. I think that would be best. Okay, some of those trains just got possessed, and they'll be a little bit more inclined to crash into us now, so we want to be a little bit more careful. But just like before, we can see which direction we'll go in, so we should be okay. You do want to be careful how close you get, because they are in fact faster than you by a bit. So I'm actually kind of playing with fire here. Luckily, just like before, you can see which direction they're about to go in, so I should be fine once I make this turn. Yep, and we'll go straight and we'll be just fine. I don't think I want to stop at the castle just yet. I think I'm going to go ahead and just go straight to the Tower of Spirits. We're going to be going there later for other stuff anyway, and we'll wrap up everything that we can do there then. Something that I do like about this world is that it slowly does get more lively and more active as you get to do more and more. And I'll, talk more about that later and about, how cool it is that, like, you kind of get to be a part of, like, business and such. What with, like, delivering things and actually doing your job as a train engineer. But, that is a discussion for a future episode. And we've made it back. Let's head to Engine. Thanks to you two, the Forest Temple has been re-energized. And now the Temple of Spirits has plenty of energy too. Thank you. What temple should we head for next? The next temple is deep in the mountains and closed off by snowstorms. But again, you must first obtain a rail map. Now that the energy from the forest is flowing into the tower again, you can go farther up the tower to the next level of the next rail map. Obtain it quickly, you two, for you must get to the next temple soon. Got it, you can count on us. Alright, let's go get the second rail map, Link. So when you say quickly, I hope you don't mean right now, because I am out of time for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. Next time we'll get the second rail map, and I'll actually get to show off the Tower of Spirits in Zelda's gameplay as a phantom for once. See you then.